I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Cryogonal. Snow has always been exciting for me. Growing up in the UK, we saw less and less snow each year, and when we did see any, it came later and later. I can't remember my last white Christmas in England, but I do remember some white Easters. Now, living in Nagano, Japan, I see snow every year. Too much of it, if anything. A layer of soft white powder over the whole landscape. Up close, snow is actually miraculous. Water falls from the clouds through layers of atmosphere of just the right temperature and pressure for it to freeze and unfreeze, its molecular shape letting it develop into six-pointed crystalline structures. Each snowflake is unique in its intricacies, but fits into a limited set of overall shapes, today catalogued at 121 varieties. As Queen Elsa once sang, frozen fractals all around. Cryogonal is a snowflake Pokemon, a pure ice-type, floating geometric shape, with glowing eyes peering out, and a chain of orbs parading through its mouth. Pokemon White tells us, they are born in snow clouds. They use chains made of ice crystals to capture prey. Perhaps these chains are rosary beads, common in many religions around the world, including old Buddhist and Shinto practices in Japan. The overall body of Cryogonal, with the 6 points of a snowflake, resembles an old bronze hexagonal mirror, as we last saw when we talked about Bronzor in the 3rd generation. These mirrors are common treasures of Japanese archaeology, and are often found or kept with chains of prayer beads. Being a mirror may explain why Cryogonal can learn Attract, despite being a genderless monster, and also several light-based attacks which one may not expect of an Ice-type Pokemon, like Solar Beam. The name Cryogonal takes cryo, referring to extreme cold, and hexagonal, this Pokemon shape. The Japanese name, Frigio, combines freeze and geo for the geometric shape. Pokemon Black tells us, when its body temperature goes up, it turns into steam and vanishes. When its temperature lowers, it returns to ice. And Shield says, when the weather gets hot, these Pokemon turn into water vapor. Cryogonal are almost never seen during summer. The water cycle is one of the most fascinating things about our planet. Every drop of water has been, at some point in the past, a gas, a liquid, a solid, part of the oceans, part of the rivers, part of the clouds, and probably part of a living thing. It's the kind of thing which makes one feel a religious majesty in the natural world, of exactly the kind that ancient Japanese animism worshipped. Pokemon Scarlet tells us, Cryogonal appear during cold seasons. It is said that Pokemon and people who die on snowy mountains are reborn into these Pokemon. This makes it seem like Cryogonal ought to be a ghost type. It does, after all, bear more than a passing resemblance to Glalie, relative of the ice and ghost type Pokemon Frostlass. Instead, Cryogonal is a pure ice type Pokemon, often regarded as the worst type in terms of defense. Yet this Pokemon's stats, and its move pool with the likes of Aurora Veil, make it a somewhat successful monster, especially with the levitate ability and rapid spin for removing hazards. Welcome back to Does Andy Remember Gen 5 Pokemon?
And if so, does he have any thoughts about him?
Cryogonal.
Cryogonal is a big snowflake, and the best thing about snowflakes is they're unique, which is probably what I said when I drafted it, because it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fun that they all make fun different shapes, and you're like, whoa, water, what's going on? Why are you messing with me in this way? Why can't you be like the rest of nature and just be normal? And it's like, nah, I'm not normal. I'm water. I'll do what I want.
Snowflakes are unique, and a fascinating quirk of physics and chemistry that inspire a wonder for the natural world. Cryogonal embodies that wonder and the worship of it, all while looking kind of cool, and being a useful monster on the right team. Original music for Luke Loves Pokemon is by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork for the show is by Katie Groves. Funding is provided by listeners at patreon.com/podcastiopodcastius. For just $1 a month, supporters can listen to episodes a week early, and also help cover hosting and fees, making it possible for me to keep making episodes every week. I love hearing from listeners. Get in touch about upcoming Pokemon on Twitter or Facebook at LukeLovesPKMN. Drop a comment if you're watching the video, or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Coming up are Shelmet and Stunfisk, so please get in touch about those or any other monsters. Even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Cryogonal. And remember, I love you too.